Colleague Andreasen is the next speaker.
Thank you, Chair. Firstly, I would like to clarify certain thing that was said by the Rapporteur compared to the European Court of Auditors. The Rapporteur said, I think I understood, that the Code of Practice was not satisfactory, whereas the Court of Auditors said it was not properly implemented. So I would like to, because these are two different problems. One, is it satisfactory or not? And secondly, is it implemented or not? I find that in the light of the situation that my colleague has referred just now in the economy in Europe, it is very worrying to get an opinion from the Court of Auditors that says that the system still relies on mutual trust. I mean, I think we should have learned a lesson here. Mutual trust doesn't work. So I feel that it is really surprising that we haven't moved out of mutual trust. Has the Commission anything to say about this? When they speak about the implementation of the code, the Court of Auditors said, well, it's shared responsibility. Well, it may be shared responsibility, but somebody has to take the lead. The National Statistics Office, the governments, Eurostat, they all have a certain responsibility, but I think Eurostat should take the lead here. If not, why do we have Eurostat? Only to collate the statistics that come from the member states? No. The role of Eurostat should be to review the quality of the statistics and see that this code is implemented. So also, my question is to the Commission. Do they accept the leadership role in this implementation of the code? And does the Court of Auditors think this should be the case? Thank you.
Thank you. First to the question of Mrs. Andreasen. The Code of Practice, developed as a self-regulatory system, has been monitored by peer reviews. Peer reviews by the Director Generals or the staff of the National Statistical Institutes visiting other statistical offices. This is really one of the issues of a self-regulatory system. We have clearly seen the weaknesses of the system, and I think the Court of Auditors have also highlighted on that. For that, we have now several changes on place. One of them, I already mentioned, is the idea of the commitment on confidence, where we enlarge the commitment from the National Statistical Institutes to the governance, where the mutual trust, as Mrs. Andreasen was telling, is going to be changed into a signature of the Member State government, guaranteeing to the Commission the quality of the statistics that have to be developed and will be delivered. So the mutual trust then will be transferred into a system with clear signatures under commitments on confidence. The shared responsibility is exactly linked also to that. The leadership role of Eurostat in this is clear. We are leading the review of Regulation 223 on European statistics. We have already showed to the Member States how, via the decision on Eurostat, a commitment on confidence can be implemented. We are clearly trying to convince in the Council working group, in the different gremia in which we are talking about these issues, the Member States, of the importance of the commitment on confidence as being something which clearly makes that there is a shared responsibility under the leadership of Eurostat in the European statistical system. Regulation 223 will in that context be very important, and the Member State statistical offices or the Member States representatives in the Council working group, they have been invited already several times to workshops on the commitment on confidence to help them to develop those.
Yeah, thank you very much. Court of Auditors, Mr. GALEA, if you would like to take the floor, please.
Very briefly, Mr. Chairman, answering the questions raised by the members. I think we remain of the view that A, clearer legal certainty on the obligations of the parties involved to adhere to all the principles of the Code. Secondly, a more transparent and independently appointed or dismissed chief statistician. And thirdly, credible review, verification, independent supervision and enforcement. We believe that these would facilitate and render more effective Eurostat's mission and provide better comfort to the European citizen as to the credibility and reliability of European statistics. The commitment on confidence by the different national governments are a step in the right direction, but we are not as yet convinced that they can be a substitute to strong independent verification mechanism. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Ja, wir sind am Ende